Okay, sir.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, colleagues from the media. We called you on a short notice because we wanted just to address a few things. We want first to expose a scheme in Kabushi and Kwacha constituency. Today, our colleagues in the Patriotic Front, the PF, after they were knocked out yesterday, they have gone into another plan B. But we wanted to tell the people of Zambia so that in case that scheme goes on, you people, you are aware of what the PF is planning today. PF, yesterday we saw that the ECZ gave a directive to say everyone who calls the by-election according to article number 72.4, of the amended constitution of 2016, the constitution that the PF themselves provided for. These are the results of a situation where you think you're going to stay forever in office. You provide a constitution that suits you only. You may want to know that this article had to knock off these colleagues yesterday. Our colleague from Kabushi, Mr. Boma Nusambo now, and Mr. Bonanza Malanji. These colleagues were knocked off yesterday from the list, not by the Upnd, no, but by the law that they created themselves. I think we needed to make this very clear, colleagues, that the Upnd itself is an interested party in this election today and has got no authority to knock off anyone from the list. They are saying, how many Upnd? We, sir, it is not the Upnd. Of course, it is the law that was amended in 2016. There's no question about it. Now, after these colleagues have seen that the law that they created themselves, thinking, it will only favor them completely every day, after a knock off from the list, the colleagues, we've been given information that these colleagues today, they are planning to buy one of the candidates from the opposition or from the independent. To buy one candidate so that the candidate must pull off from the list, so that we call for a fresh nomination, the ECZ colleagues. But we want to tell them to say, it is time, because the people of Zambia now have made up their mind. I think PF today should realize that there is no more PF anyway. PF is gone. Earlier PF, today we are talking about the Upnd government. After us, it's a new political party. There is no one who is going back to PF anyway again. Not at all. That should be made very clear. So the scheme which is there now in Kabushi and Kwacha is, these colleagues, very soon, you will hear that one of the colleagues from the opposition will pull off from the list. And then, so that the ECZ should call for a fresh nomination, so that PF should have an opportunity to find other candidates. That's their plan now. So in case they thought we never knew, we've been tipped to say this is going to happen. But now we wanted to warn the participants to say, you know why you want to participate. You know why you want to participate, and you must not be bought by anyone. You must not be bought by one individual whose interest is to steal again. No. The time of stealing now is gone. This is time to work for the people of Zambia. And for us in the Upnd, we are saying Kabushi and Kwacha, it is what we've done. What we've done, the promises we gave them, and the achievements. That is the campaign message there. That's all. But to them now is they are scheming on how do we buy this one to ensure that, we go for a fresh nomination. Again, we find other candidates. No, we will not waste time. There is no time. It's time to work. The people of Kabushi want real development, not handouts. And no. Because in the PF, it was about you getting money, giving people. Today, we are talking about real empowerment that stands some time. And to us, we are saying this scheme that you guys today think will occur, it will not occur. Because we are sending a warning also to say, if you stood, you know why you stood. Do not be bought off because of money. We are aware, that you like free money, but this time around, behave for once. We want people to behave. If you pull off from the lace, automatically we will know that it is you that these guys have bought. As simple as that. No one should pull off from this lace. We are going into Kabushi, full geared to campaign. All we want to see now is the PF endorsing maybe one of their candidates, maybe in the opposition, offering support, not causing unnecessary, we don't want unnecessary fresh nominations, not at all. We want to move on and ensure that we deliver to the expectations of the people of Kabushi. The people of Kabushi, colleagues from the media, are saying, Bali alebomba sana, because they've never seen, from the time we inherited office ourselves, this is now 1 year. They are talking about free education today. They are talking about their children who are unable to go to school. They are able to go to school without paying anything apart from paying attention at school. That alone, the people of Kabushi are saying, alebomba bali. The literalies were given their money. Social cash transfer. You and myself know that PF, they stole money for social cash transfer. And some donors had put off from sponsoring us. Today, there is donor confidence in this country, where a lot of donors have come on board, and we've seen this fund to go high. It has gone high. The increment is over 100% for the first time. Where did we see that before? Nowhere. That literally who served the country diligently for 30 years, retired and was not paid, Barry comes in within 1 year, pays them off. What about that? That's the message we're taking to Kabushi. That marketeer who used to trade in Ndola there, in Kitwe, when they go there, they find a commando. Today, they are able to go to the market and trade without any beatings. No one will come and tell them to say, pay this amount of money, apart from the council. That is the marketeer who is going to vote in Kabushi. That mother who used to spend the 3,000 plus to take 6 kids to school. Today, they are just using the money to buy foodstuffs at home. Those are the parents who are saying, if it will allow vote, umwana wa bali Kabushi. Na kukwacha. It's time up. It is time up, and this time now is to deliver to the expectations of not only the 2.8 colleagues, no, but every citizen, including Mr. Lusambo's family, in the villages. Because his wealth is not shared by every family member of his, not at all. Only a close relatives are able to benefit from what Bowman and Marangi stole from the people of Zambia. But today, HH says they want every child to go to school for free. It means that relative for Bowman in Mpongwe is able to go to school for free without paying anything. When we talk about that, the people of Kabushi are watching. The people of Kwacha are watching. And to us in the Upnd, we are saying the focus is on what we've delivered, the deliverables. That is what the people want to hear. Apart from that, the people want to hear about their freedom. Their freedom that they're enjoying today, that they never enjoyed before in this country, their own country. Not only the freedom, there's somebody today who was working in the service today, who worked for Indeni, who worked for other departments of government saved for many years, has a family of 10 people, paid their package on time by the Upnd government, able to sustain the whole family within a blink of an eye. The whole family goes to the polling station that day to go and cast a vote for the Upnd government, Bennett and Mulenga in Kwacha. These are things that we are taking to Kabushi. Even when we'll be traveling to Kabushi ourselves, we are going to tell the people of Kabushi. It's just a reminder, because they know the many things that the Upnd has done. But for the PF colleagues, because they want to use the money that they store from the people of Zambia, number one, they want to get this money and sponsor one individual to pull off from the list, so that we must call for a fresh nomination. But the ECZ told them in advance to say, we shall not allow. So this did not come as a surprise, no. These colleagues knew to say, we're not qualified because we caused these by-elections. And then because they're stubborn, you know them. We all know them. Stubborn son. They said, no, we'll go with a crowd of people. Then he books, Bongwe, Chingola, and everyone to go into Kabushi. And what happens now? He's embarrassed. So PF should have prepared themselves, because they were told the day before, and they were going to find another candidate in the night. But because of their stubborn behavior, it seems our colleagues have not changed. They have not changed. The same stubbornness that made them lose office today, they have continued. Now, when they mention of rebranding, no, but yeah, Shani. Because how do you rebrand when you've got a bunch of criminals that are still stubborn today? I think the people of Zambia have seen, even through the fight against corruption. Today, Mr. Lusambo, I'm sure by now, he must be appearing at SCC 14. This is a person that wants again to service the people of Zambia. The people of Zambia now need integrity. We need to respect the people of Zambia. What Mr. Bowman Lusambo and Mr. Malanje are doing today is as simple as this example, colleagues from the media, where the people or a company fires you today, they advertise for the same position, you go and apply again. How do you were fired, and then you want to go and, how do you reapply when you are fired? You don't qualify because you are fired. That is what this article says. So for these guys to be so rude, it gives us a lot of questions, us in the Upnd, to say, have they gone to school? Do they understand the law? If not, at least they are lawyers. But I want to say this, that for the lawyers from the PF, colleagues like Tutu Angulube, it's business as usual. To him, he's making money, lying to them to say, no, let's go and do this and this. So they must pay the fees, legal fees. So, to me, I want to advise the PF to say, for you colleagues, you are knocked off from the list. And for you who wants to be bought, we know you. We know you. The moment you are bought, then we know it is you. We shall not allow it. We will not allow wasting of resources and time, because the people of Kabushi are eager to see Bernard going into parliament to represent them very well. There is the issue of ZDF now. There is the issue of ZDF that the people, want to benefit from Kabushi and Kwacha. They want to get the CDF from the Upnd government. But because the MPs who were there, of course, they were playing politics. It's not time to play politics, taking risky against the will of the people of Zambia. Not at all. This is time to ensure that we save the people of Zambia. We have a mandate ourselves. We've done 1 year, and you, colleagues from the media, are able to account for what we've done. Amongst them, the fight against corruption, that is seeing a lot of millions, of course, from the previous regime. Only colossal sums of money coming from them. Today, we want that money to enter into the treasury, going back to an ordinary person in Kanyama, in Mandeo, for the first time. So, for this man to say that there will be no election in Kabushi until my face appears, that is ignorance. Mudaro, in Tonga we say Mudaro. That is being down. There is no way you've been knocked out by the same law that you signed in 2016 January. We recall very well. You were celebrating. Matilo Stadium. You celebrated to say, no, the fact is now we've got a new constitution. Article number 72.4 was enacted by you people. When by then the opposition ourselves refused, you went ahead. It has come for you. That's why we are saying the law also is a caution to us today who are in office to say, let us create laws that protects that commoner in Chivolia, in Polo Council and other parts of the country. Let us not create laws that protects us, the politicians, because we've seen what has happened to the bulldozer today. He's no longer a bulldozer. He's been bulldozed by the law. Which law? Their law. Whose law? Their law. They created it themselves. ECZ, the only thing that they did, and we stand with them ourselves, is to pronounce the law that was enacted in January of 2016. As simple as that. As simple as drinking water. Then we hear an individual, two individuals, old men, we don't know what will learn as who are caving to go to parliament. Old men saying, if there is no Marangi on the barrel, there's no peace. Zambia does not belong to Mr. Lusambo, neither to Mr. Bonanza Marangi. No. Zambia belongs to the 17-18 million Zambians here. It does not belong to an individual. And no one is above the law. That's the good part of the Upnd. Because we came into office and said, we are going to follow the rule of law. That is why today, if Mr. Bowman Lusambo is arrested, he's able to get police bond on time, unlike what they used to do. Because we are following what the law says. And the law now, in this case, the Upnd, as a political party, we are an interested party. First of all, we are interested, we are participating in an election, and as such, we cannot influence the election that we are also participating. It is the law that has got the mandate, the power to influence any election. So, after they looked at this, searched, went to article number 72.4, realized to say, oh, what did Mbati? If you've caused an election, you're not supposed to participate. So who caused this election? Marangi failed to produce his grade 12. He caused it. And why should he produce it now when he failed to produce it in court? You saw the violence that happened in Kabushi, the corruption, the vote buying in Kabushi. Who caused it? It's Bowman. So why won't we do a clean election where the people of Zambia elect you because you're a capable leader? You want to buy the people to take you into office. No, we don't know how to buy people ourselves. That is why you people say, no, European will attack Castle. Take us away, yo. We believe that let us do a clean thing. People need to work. If they work, they earn. That is how a Zambian must survive today. And this is the message that I'm going to take in Kabushi. On the weekend, I'm going into Kabushi and Kwacha to take the same message to the people of Kabushi on radio and TV. To say, your candidate, the person you voted for, HH, has done this. Just to remind them. After reminding them, we're asking them also to go and vote for decent people. When I say decent people, colleagues from the media, I mean every child, umwana wa bali, they're decent. As we listen. If we never listened, if we reacted to them the moment we won, we're going to whip them also. But because our father was very clear to say, don't fight, don't kill, don't do anything, we are all listening. And now he's saying, let us have a free and fair election in Kabushi. Let us allow people to campaign freely. Nobody has blocked Mr. Lusambo to campaign in Kabushi. If he endorses, if he gives an endorsement to a candidate, he's free to campaign. But the issue here at hand is, him is knocked off from the list. So, the team, the PF in Kabushi, in Kwacha, they are planning on who to buy, so that they are given enough time to find replacements for Mr. Bowman and Mr. Malanje. But should we waste time? No. Is it only the PF that can save? No. There are also other people that can save the country. Valusambo, Mari Sevinga, you saved the country, you finished your first term, you canned us here in Lusaka for not putting on a face mask. And the people are saying, you can also service the country on another level. We want to pay gratitude to Mr. Lungu. He's saving the country today through an NGO foundation or whatever it's called. What about him? He can also come up with a foundation. Is it Bowman Lusambo Foundation? Helping, if his heart is of helping. It's not just that you can help because you're an MP, no. He can help. Now, I'm challenging Mr. Bowman Lusambo today to form a foundation in Kabushi and assist the brother who will win. That's leadership. And people will clap at you, sir. You would have saved your term. Same with Mr. Malanje. Chimozi. Wa Malanje na kwena uko Kwacha. You can have a Malanje Foundation servicing the people of Kwacha and outside Kwacha. You are helping the people. Why do you want to help the people as a member of parliament? Why? Why can't you help the people through your foundation the way Mr. Lungu now is doing? After Mr. Lungu accepted that we wired him off. You can also accept, move on, like your father, and come up with an angel. You can use the money you have through community service, because no one will restrict you. But seems our colleagues, they still have appetite to steal from the people of Zambia, which we are saying no. We want a decent parliament. You and myself, as I'm ending, colleagues, you know the way Mr. Bowman Lusambo used to behave in parliament. The first time he came to Mr. Chimbakambwe in parliament, in the August House, he slapped Mr. Chimbakambwe. We all recall. This is the man who has been violent everywhere he's gone. That is what we are calling a technical constitutional knock-off. You've been knocked off because of your behavior. You will not be allowed to stand again because you are the causer of this by-election. For us, in the UPND, in Kabushi, in Kwacha, let us campaign. Let us tell the people what Hakainde has been doing. Let us tell the people what our president has been doing and what he's still doing. Mukabushi hapa tulilanda pali CDF 25.7 million kwacha just for Kabushi alone. 25.7 million kwacha just for Kwacha alone. This is the money that the PF did not produce to the people, an ordinary citizen. This is the money that they pocketed. They were giving handouts. To us, we are saying the priority is the people of Kabushi, the people of Kwacha, the people of Ruangwa also. In Lofonsa, they are the first priority. HH is saying the national cake that we are eating today, it must be ate by every Zambian. Every Zambian should eat the national cake. Unless if there's a question, thank you so much. The question? There's a question there? Okay. There's no question. Okay.